Twin Titty Tuesday. I don't know why John and Christine couldn't figure that out for today on the Quickie series. They're trying to figure out what Tuesday is. It's 2 for, or 4, technically. What are we looking at? We're going to be looking at the Smoothie Sour from Revelation Ale Works. Weighs in at 5%. And this one is Kittson Sherbet. Kettled, soured ale with lemon, lime, tangerine, raspberry, and lactose. And it comes in a big can. Looks like Miles' frickin' grapefruit juice. Oh. Oh yeah, should have done that right away. Instead I had premature porulation. Well, definitely smells funky. Cheers, guys. I primarily picked this up because one of Lily's having her birthday party a little ahead of schedule, the end of May, where her birthday is actually June 1st, and one of the people making the trek all the way to the state of Virginia for her party is one of her ex-boyfriends, that Jared, that she actually was with for quite a while in the Twin Cities. And then she downgraded to Travis, who she's also still friends with. You know, I guess Lily's just a real likable person. There is a few people that it'd be good if she just adios them, but that's okay. So Jared is lately has been real big into sours, and so Lily asked, because I have a 6-pack of Left Hand Brewing, and I wanted to be able to get her more, but right now it looks like it might be just the 6. They had a whole bunch in the cooler. When I grabbed one, I went, I wonder if I should. Nah, I got 2 months. They haven't had it since then. But I grabbed this 4-pack of the sour, and then I decided that, you know, Jared was an okay guy. I mean, me and Jared got along okay, but yeah, he's not worth 4 of these. He's either going to get 2 or he's going to get 1, depending on how this all goes. So far, it's going pretty good. So it does have that sweet, sour kind of thing right up front. Not quite to the point where you're like, you know, having a stomach or a facial seizure. But yeah, I'm getting the raspberry. You get the lime kind of up front, but again, kind of a sherbet, kind of a flavor to it, a stereotypical sherbet. I don't know, for me it was like sherbet was like just one thing, and then now evidently they have all sorts of other ones, but yeah. And then of course you do get the lactose kind of finish, and I see stuff is slowly sinking to the bottom. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be drinking the second one. Got it going down over here. Put the solid state drive in the second think pad. I did get a package in yesterday. Actually, 2 packages in yesterday. The first one was the Rare Breed FRT 15, and as you can see, it's over there now, not here. want to thank Jeremy for making that happen. He also sent me a $2 Space Force bill, and evidently it's kind of cool. Certificate of authenticity. I was gonna say it's spendable, but why would you want to? I mean, only some. So Arizona now has actual proof of fraud in the election. Wow, really? We finally starting to admit that. Of course you have fraud. Of course you have fraud. 80 million people did not vote for a moron that hid out in his basement and hasn't done a goddamn thing for this country for 47 years. Only stupid people voted for him. And there is not 80 million stupid people in this country. So, what are we going to do about it? Should we start burning shit? Hey, why not? Hey, if Maxine Waters and Pelosi and all them can get away with inciting, I say we start tearing this shit down. We had our votes stolen from us. I mean, we all could use a big screen TV and some Nikes, right? Again, if you're not familiar with what the FRT stands for Forced Reset Trigger. And that's what she looks like right there. And you safety Sallies, I checked this rifle prior to the video just to make sure that we were all safe. So that's the trigger right there, and it's got the little reset mechanism. Your prereqs for this are need to have a full auto bolt carrier. They recommend see now, Clyde, you know shit, and you sent me a link. They recommend a heavy buffer. Now, this has an A1, A2 style buffer in it, and from what I've been able to tell, they all weigh 5.2 to 5.5 ounces, and they're considered a heavy buffer. So, I'm not exactly sure what I would have to do if it turns out that this does not run right. Now, Jeremy, Dead Winner Jeremy, he just put his trigger in his rifle and went out and says it ran like a Swiss clock. Jeremy Pre-Dawn had issues that were resolved as soon as he put a heavy buffer in. The only thing that I could even think of is you can convert this setup over to a traditional buffer by putting an aluminum spacer in and then using your spring and whatever buffer. So if it turns out that it doesn't run as it is set up right now, I guess I will have to get a hold of an H3 buffer and the spacer and maybe go that route. But technically, right now, I have a heavy buffer in it. And I, with the help of Jeremy doing some initial is it working, if you squeeze the trigger just until it fires, and then if you can manage to hold all this shit in place, when you charge it and let go, it should have fired again. Now, and I know some of you purists, first of all, I'm already effing it up by putting that trigger in it. But you may notice that it now has the nickel boron bolt carrier in it. Another little hack if you're willing to listen, because I did. Jeremy said, out of curiosity, he says if you have a nickel boron carrier in it, put your nickel, or first of all, and one of the things about this is, and why it is illegal, is because if you just squeeze back on your trigger, you will actually capture the bolt carrier. And it did. With the black one from DRG Manufacturing White Label Armory. But I don't know if it's because the nickel boron is just a little bit more slick. I cannot capture it by pulling back on the trigger. So that just means it's a more finely tuned machine. What it means with all those extra shots it's going to be taking in rapid succession, it'll be much easier to clean this carrier because it is nickel boron. So now I just have to get out to the range, which I already really want to because I have something else. Actually, there's several things. I need to find is some 38 special ammunition because I have a few revolvers that are 38 special that I have not shot yet. But 38 special has been interesting to find. But yeah, I'm... And Jeremy, I told you that I had to do some modding to make this work in here, and I had to make a decision. And if you can see, you can't see. So, but having said that, this trigger will probably have to stay in here. I mean, I did a chuck, man. I got out the mallet and I just hit this thing as hard as I could to get it buried down in there. And then I put those pins in with a special adapter on the end of a rotary hammer. But as you can see, it's still like this. It still looks like a retro rifle. And according to Cobra, I got to get some attorney on speed dial. He keeps sending me his number, and I have yet to dial that number, Cobra. But yeah, this retro would be more legit now. So looking forward to getting out and got a few packages in. I'm going to start with this one because I'm not entirely sure that this is for me or from somebody. Because lately the envelope committee has been on full run, but you know, I actually do every now and then get mail. Hang on, I gotta do shit. Hey Nighthap, thank you very much for the Linux Mint Disk. This thing has been used more than fucking Madonna's vagina since I got it from you. What? Huh. I'm gonna have to see if something shows up in the mail in the next few days or not, but this is an invoice for a part that I have already received and I thought paid for. That is on Alicia 2, or AKA the Bunkinator. That's weird. Okay, first one is for Carfire Ben. He doesn't work here anymore. I had to let him go years ago. And as a matter of fact, I'm still friends with Carfire Ben on Disgrace Book, but he doesn't ever watch any or touch any of my stuff. And when I thumbs up or make a comment on his stuff, I get no response back. So he's in his own little world. He evidently got on the freak out train. Liberals are tolerant. Unless your opinion differs from theirs, then you're a sexist, racist, homophobic, redneck, unbred, Bible-thumping, xenophobic, NASCAR-loving, gun-toting, American-loving bigot. That's good. Evidently, it's not restarting on its own. That's okay. I have the I have a auto reset button on this too. This one is actually addressed to Man Cave Matt. I guess I will put it right there. This one is addressed to Seymour Asscrack. It was pointed out to me that what I should be doing is throwing away whatever is in the envelope and just saving the envelope. Seymour Asscrack. Okay. First steps. Yep. What we need to do is drive manager, update manager. We need to launch the update manager. Senator for 36 years. Vice President for 8 years, blames Trump for America's problems. God's truth right there. Seymour Asscrack. Hang on a second. Okay, let's get on them there comments. J-Dog was late for the club. Smile Money was first. Smile Money was first. Second, is that a first place? Smile Money, damn. Been second so often. Yeah, you were first, Smile Money. Gunwild is second. Gunwild, I can't remember. I sent him the tracking. He will have the laptop this week. What else went out? Oh, package. Oh my God, I apologize, NIHAP. NIHAP wanted me to make sure that Matt finished off as many flasks as possible. And I was like, God, I've only got like a lot of them. So they were all on their way to you too. So, yeah. So, you'll get flasks and Gunwild will get a laptop. Harmarsh. Hey, yo. Now, okay, I'm only, Harmarsh, Harold, I'm only saying this because you're the one that originally put it out there. I hope everybody is keeping Harold in their prayers. Today was day one of you know what. So in order to save our brother, you know, they pumped him. It was session number 1 of pumping him full of poison today. So today was first thing of chemo. I have spoken to him, and he was actually doing really good. So he told me, wanted to make sure I was going to do a brew review, but I just wanted to update everybody. Please keep Harold in your prayers. And those that don't know what he looks like, Harold, you better hope this shit don't happen to you, because he has a full head of hair. Harold again. Well, now we know Matt can't read. Honestly, I was hoping he wasn't going to be on because Miles is your guest. Yeah, so is Miles. Stalker Steve is 4th. Today is Stalker Steve's birthday. Today he officially turned 101. Okay, maybe a few years less, but not much. Yeah, let's do this. I forgot it. Okay, so when all the boys were here, it started off as a good thing, but then I decided it was probably not a good thing, and I didn't bother pulling all of my 10 millimeters back out. I think right now it's somewhere around 11 or 12, but there's nothing like actually the one that I forgot to grab in this go around I should, because it is one of Harmarsh's favorite of mine. Not only is it a 1911, not only is it badass because it has those grips on here that I actually had custom made for me. He actually had to order up this material in order to make me these grips, but of course it is chambered in the greatest caliber that exists, and that is the 10 millimeter. And because it was out the other day, and I just didn't want to have an issue happen, it was actually probably the 610 will go boom when the trigger. Well, the 1066 will too, because and I think the Defiant might too. So most of them are, but that day I cleared house and just. But yeah, I know Harold is a big fan of this one, and so am I. I think I've only carried this one time, and kind of the main reason, I mean, I really don't care if I scratch it up. I know a guy that can fix the shit. But carrying a gun with a fiber optic front post, especially this one, it used to have a little tiny one, and that's what she said, and when it went back, because I initially had some problems with it, and it went back, and when I got it back from Rock Island, and a big thanks to Paul, Hazman 440, he said, this is who you have to ask for. He goes, I'm sure they'll all take care of you, but ask for him. And they went through this, and not only did they fix the problem, even though the gun was like freaking brand new. They replaced all of the springs with HD springs, and then swapped out the initial front sight and put this one on here, which just collects gobs of lighting. I can tell you from having even the Defiance front fiber optic doesn't light up as much as this, but then again, it isn't over 3/4 of an inch of fiber optic rod, so yeah, this thing is just, I think this thing is just sick as shit. This is why I wanted to get the double stack that looks just like this with the threaded barrel, because now you're talking this gun that is simply badass in two areas. Is it pregnant? Nope, it just has 15 rounds in it. Yeah, or did I empty this for Miles? No. I did empty it because Miles was playing with it. And this I do carry. I just don't dare carry it as a work gun. And it's nice because the holster that I have for the 1066 obviously works for this. And of course the 1066 gets carried, and it's just a sweet shooter. Yeah, I think of everything I have in 10mm, what is out right now represents, if you know that story again, something bad happens right now and I can only grab one. What's the one that I grab? Well, from here to there, that's the one. That's the one that I grab on my way out. If I have to, I don't want to say that I'm obsessed and that my life doesn't really matter, but if I have to, I'll make a second trip if I didn't get all of this batch. So happy birthday, Stalker Steve. Stalker Steve again says, but the first say fourth. Well, you can identify. I mean, after all, if some confused a dipstick wants to say that they identify as a girl, even though they have a penis and some testicles, why can't we identify? I mean, I should be able to identify as a senior citizen, right? And get the discount at the restaurant and collect Social Security. I mean, fair is fair, right? If we're going to allow a guy with a frickin' penis to play in women's sports because that's what he says he identifies with, then it's all fair. We should be able to identify as older. I mean, I've already told people, hey, I identify as a Texan. That's why I'm not wearing a mask. So, eat a dick. I mean, really, where do we draw the line? Why can I not identify as someone of retirement age and collect Social Security and get those bennies at the restaurant? It's just me? Or do you feel like we're like stuck on a little island of people that use their brains and we just can't quite understand what everybody else sees? Salty Shellback. Woohoo naked. Harmarsh. Can't take you anywhere, Salty. Especially if he's naked. Smile Money. Breakfast beer. Work beer. Smile Money. Mulled wine, also known as spice wine, is a beverage usually made with red wine along with various mulling spices and sometimes raisins. It is served hot or warm and is alcoholic, although there are non-alcoholic versions of it. It is a traditional drink during winter, especially around Christmas. Smile Money's own subcount, Matt, doesn't know much about mulled wine, but doesn't stop him from giving Miles an entirely made-up history of no refrigeration leading to people drinking mulled wine. Laugh out loud. Clyde, 6, whiskey and revolution for all. And Rich Huff says, cheers all. Well, Nancy. By the way, I chickened out again. Actually, the bottle of Ardbeg I was gonna get, the Unidol or whatever that one was, they didn't have that one. They had 2 other ones that I had never heard of before, and one was $99, and the other one I think was $129. And so I got out to the Honda, and Christine's like, "Where's the Ardbeg?" And I go, "I just decided to grab a few beers to review." She goes, "Why?" And I go, "Because it would have been like $100." And I don't know if you've noticed over the last couple of months, I've kind of spent some money. And she's like, "Yeah, but you like did what you said you were gonna do, and that was like save." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know. I just okay, so you can spend the kind of money that it takes to come up with like something like that or something like that or something, any of these, and they're still here now for $100. This is probably going to be gone in, I don't know, 30, 40 days, 60 days, depending on which one. I don't know. Oh, excuse me. That was just terrible of me. I apologize. I think I'll have a little bit of this guy. Okay. Have some scotch along with my smoothie. Clyde? You know what I appreciate about so many of you? If I make a stupid comment, you all jump on my shit. But I'm okay. I'm a big boy. I can handle criticism, fuckers. But when I ask a question, like especially like looking for something, Clyde, Harmarsh, I usually it like within an hour of the video being live, I get links, and Clyde sending me links to. And again, Clyde, one thing I was gonna do before I go upstairs today was to pull this buffer out of there and weigh it. And if it turns out that it's 5.2 or 5.4 or 5.5, then I don't see a reason to spend money ordering up another buffer when more than likely, I guess, I won't know until I see. Like I said, of the 2 Jeremys, one it ran immediately, and then one had to make a change. I just know with my luck. I'm expecting it just to run and be fun. I mean, I hope I don't have to test it because I don't have a lot of 5.56 to just waste. Thanks to NIHAP and thanks to my brother-in-law, I have a lot of 5.56 and Jade Elite ammunition. A lot of 5.56 that I have in the defensive category. In other words, I'm not going to go blow 200 rounds of Hornady VMAX rounds, and I'm definitely not going to be plinking with the T6B projectile 5.56s, or the other ones that Jay sent me that he informed me are even more nasty. It's like, okay, it's more nasty than a T6B. Yeah, I'm not going to shoot that at anything other than an anti-American. Smart money. Maybe it's aluminized plastic, laugh out loud. You know, I tried. I seriously, I tried, because I knew what this was before I ever put it in my hand. It was like, that's not plastic. That is aluminum scales. Aluminum. And like I said, all you have to do is look at the inside where you can see the milling marks. That's good though. It could be transparent aluminum that's been sprayed black. Jolson, this video needs more cowbell. Tordisius, and maybe introduce your guests. Hey, Eval, this isn't the first time Miles was here. Okay, seems how I wasn't able to on the last one, I'm going to cowbell the fuck out of this. So if you don't want to partake in cowbell, you have 3 seconds to turn off the sound. 3, 2, 1. Smart money. Fart starter that Eric was loading into the bug-out bag must have leaked into Miles' beer. Must have. Mike. Cheers, boys. Cheers, Mike. Smile money. I like Matt's comeback on the term smile moneyed. It did not make a damn bit of sense, but it was funny. Oh God. I don't know. Maybe I really am the one with issues, but it's like you give a few drinks too many to Matt and he doesn't shut the fuck up. Miles, who is honestly not really a drinker. I don't want to go as far as saying that he's not allowed to drink in the house around the wife. Okay, I would actually say that. So if he actually has a beverage, it's usually over here with me. And the fact that he had the one beer doesn't count at all, 2.0%. But he had what? At least a glass of the 19%. Then he had a shot, and then I gave him, and unfortunately, my bad, I was supposed to have, it probably worked out good for all of us. I was supposed to have picked up more of the peanut butter stout, the Quick Trip beer, and I forgot all about it because I have to get it over in Wisconsin. I can't get it over here. You cannot get. You can only get adult water at a convenience store here, which makes no goddamn sense at all. Especially now that the liquor stores can legally be open on Sundays, and that is a new thing. So, at least Miles is smart enough to know stuff is starting to go bad, and he has a edit button and then starts drinking water. But it was a good time. After we turned the camera off, fired up the grill, we cooked up 6 bacon wrapped sirloins from Superior Meats, cooked up some clams, cooked up a whole bunch of shrimp. We had baked beans and potatoes. Oh, yeah, potatoes on the grill, cubed potatoes with butter and garlic and some seasonings. And then I had seafood salad, potato salad, coleslaw. We had a full course. Now I've got Miles and had his son come over, and then Matt, and now just imagine trying to feed 3 people, 2 of which are drunk, and Christine is still working on the Quickie series. So she's like, we got 1 day to go. She goes, right now we're taking a quick break, so you guys go ahead and load up your plates and then go into the living room and try not to be. So she sensed the microphone is so sensitive that you can actually hear a mouse fart. The computer is sitting as far this way in the house as you can go, and the TV is through the dining room, through the living room, with a wall blocking it from where the microphone is. But yep, if Christine is doing her Miss Bomey zone and I'm not participating, and I want to sit and watch some TV, I'm almost better putting on headphones. So I'm gonna have to listen to Friday's show and see if you can hear us yahoos in the background or not. I try to get the point across. Clyde, tell Matt when I come up there, I'll bring 100 pounds of mud bugs and make him some jambalaya and have a boil. See, here's my problem. I've never had crayfish or crawdads or mud bugs. Now, having said that, somehow I imagine they are sort of someplace between shrimp and a lobster. I mean, after all, they are a miniature lobster. So I can only imagine that they probably don't taste bad. I'm just, because it's so small, I'm sorry. If you want to waste your time sending it to me, it's not going to get used by me. But I am not going to bite the head off of a mud bug and suck the brains and whatever. Yeah, no, that's just not taking place. If that's what you're into, so be it. Now, if there's some way to enjoy a mud bug, a crawdad, a crawfish, and it didn't involve me biting its frickin' head off and sucking the guts through the body cavity, then I'm a possibility. I like shrimp, lobster a lot, scallops, but then again I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle of the state, as close as you can possibly get to Canada without being in Canada. And everybody that lives on a coast informs me that I haven't a frickin' clue what seafood really is. Evidently, I have no idea what a hoagie is or a frickin' pizza. I mean, evidently, right here in Minnesota, everything just tastes like chicken. And then they cut it wrong. And again, I want to thank Jeremy for putting a bug in the ear, because I know that trigger is gonna wave all sorts of holy hell on that rifle's operating system. But if I have to get another barrel for it or burn out a gas tube, then so be it. Life is short, kids, and have fun. I basically just took something that I've always wanted on my own to have, a retro style rifle, going back to, some of the, of course, back when, kids were allowed to be kids, because right now we just raise pussies that question everything. Where exactly did shit go bad that now if they find out that you spanked your kid, you could lose your kids and possibly have some legal repercussions. Back in the day, when I was in a restaurant, if my kid was being terrible, which all I had to do was give him a look. But let's just say that you're sitting there and there's an unruly kid and the parent finally turns around and swats him on the ass and puts him, if you don't settle your ass down, we're going out to the car. And we're just going to go home. You'll wreck it for everybody. And the rest of the people in that restaurant would be like, that's a good parent. That is a good parent. They have control over their kids. They're raising good kids. We're like the last generation. Our children may be the last generation of good kids. The rest of them are illegitimate little fucking brats. Sorry, Tardisius. But they're brats. And to think that, oh, you can't slap me, I'll call the cops. Oh, the hell you will. You won't be able to call the cops when your cell phone is shoved up your ass. That's the other thing. My kids would have never had cell phones and this, that, and the other thing. You wait until you're old enough to buy it for yourself. What a bunch of bullshit. And we wonder why we've lost total containment. Because responsibility was thrown out the window. A lot of things come with responsibility. Being proud. Being a good American. Being a good person. Being a good parent. Now, we just have a whole bunch of people that have labels, and they, we just can't pick the sex of a baby when it's born. I'm serious. A very good friend of mine, his girlfriend's daughter is one of these fucking nut jobs. Sorry, Tardisius. And it's like, when a baby's born, you just don't know what sex it is. Oh, contraire, oh stupid one. If it has a dick, it's a boy, and if there's a vagina, it's a girl. We just have to wait until they decide what they want to be. Oh my God, please stop before my fucking head explodes. Sorry, Tardisius. I mean, I don't know how to describe this generation other than retarded. And right now, there's a bunch of retards going, no, we're not that stupid. I got my labels, and I identify, and children should be allowed to choose, 10, 9, 8, 7. It's not fucking working. Sorry, Tardisius. 6, 5. Freaking idiots, douchebags. Hey, can a true American, can we just figure out some way, and then maybe we can just collect all the stupid people, all the Democrats, all the libtards, and we can just shoot them off into space, and they can go start somewhere else. I've said this for years now. Wouldn't it be awesome to put all of the stupid people, the libtards, the Democrats, the transgenders, the people that just can't figure out what sex somebody is. Oh my God! I have, I just have no idea. I have no idea. You know, rolled them over, was changing their diaper. It's all confused. I just have no idea. Can we just get rid of all these people? Let them go someplace. How long until it's just? I mean, that if they had their own world, it would look just like parts of California. It would look just like Seattle, just like Oregon. It would just parts of Minneapolis. It would just be a shit hole. A complete shit hole. A government that's we're just spending all the money. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Come on, vote for us. We'll get you something. You want a 55-inch and some Nikes? Harmarsh. The look on Eric and Miles' face when Matt is telling his Chinese lantern story. Clyde, F10. F10, Clyde says. F10 is a hit. F10 is a hit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 shots in the big old ocean. Clyde finally puts one in. Huh. Harmarsh. Matt, you're talking about people from Fargo. Canada is a nation and my nationality is Canadian. Oh, God. Oh, why I drink. Smile Money. The streets are safer in Duluth when Eric is doing a neighborhood brew review in his basement. Oh, so true. Harmarsh. And Matt's drunk. Clyde. Binary triggers and self-resetting triggers have no place in a firefight. Slow is fast, fast is slow. Combat vets will tell you that they never actually use full auto or burst fire in combat. Sorry to burst everybody's bubble. No pun intended. Poco Loco says you obviously have not played Modern Warfare video games as much as Matt. Clyde. No, Poco, I actually played Warfare. Though it wasn't a game, I understand the dynamics of how to use a rifle and limitations of how much ammo you can carry. I don't play games. I stopped playing games when I had to kill my first human being. Poco, I was making a joke at Matt's expense. Clyde, I know that. Mr. Fucking Serious! Sorry, Tardisius. No, maybe so. Maybe so, Clyde, but you know, let's just say that a few of us are right here, and we all need to get to right there. But between here and there, there's someone shooting at us. I could at least lay down some nasty ass fire while everybody runs over there. So, but yeah, no. In a situation, Clyde, I've never participated in the same terrible games that you have. But I will say this, no matter what I was carrying, you can only carry so much of those precious little freedom seeds, the ones that keep you alive. And I fully understand why you wouldn't want to go nuts. Personally, if I was to have ever joined into the military, I would have preferred to have been trained to be a sniper, and that is some of the most I would say demanding and precision stuff. You may spend days just slowly getting to where you need to be to make one shot, or being able to make a lot of shots and have nobody figure out where you are. I've seen some pretty incredible stuff. But as a complete side note, I see Amazon at the end of this month is going to be releasing Without Remorse. I don't want to say I'm prejudiced or racist, but right off the bat, Mr. Clark is played by, first of all, not a choice I would have made. But then again, look at where everything is. These days, every frickin' commercial, you're lucky to see a white person because, all of a sudden now we are the racists. But the true racists are the people that usually stay racist. And ha, ha, ha. The Oscars have hit another record low for people watching their garbage. From what Greg was telling me, it sounded like it was the most amount of black people that have ever won an Oscar. And it was also a record, like millions and like double-digit millions not watching. And it was, I think I was heard the number was 50% or 35% less than even a year ago. Yeah, guess what, Hollywood? We're sick of your bullshit. Cobra, if Active Heroes is now renting out the cabins for weddings and such, it sounds like a for-profit venture. Interesting. Poco Loco, I'm sure that song at the beginning was has caused puppies to get kicked. Poco Loco, sounds like Matt started without them. Poco Loco, of course Matt wouldn't have a problem putting nuts in his mouth. Poco Loco, 200 is too much. Can I just kick $50 for Matt's sister? Mr. Mark Mac 85. Is that the same Romanian brew babe from a few days ago? Damn, those eyes. I don't know. I'm honestly not sure, but because I get this stuff from the normal boys who do have their love interests. It could have been, but I'm not sure. Poco Loco. So what's Matt really saying is paper lanterns interrupted his spank session. Mark, musical bullet. Carrots too. Should have had a V8. Stop, Captain Peppers. Gunwild. So we have a real Miles and a fake Miles in the man cave today. Leave it to fake Miles to screw up a perfectly good video. Gunwild. G in tanfolia is silent. It's pronounced tanfolia. Foley. Tanfol. Defiant. Cobra. H3. God. H3 is a hit. Steve, hops and lead. Missed the last brew review. Busy day of hangover. Mowing the yard and grilling Jaeger burgers. Patties for hamburgers. I'll watch it tomorrow. Wagyu? Is that like expensive hamburger? Gunwild. Miles. Was she drunk? Matt, no. Miles. Was she high on drugs? Matt, no. She's not like me. Laugh out loud. J-Dog. Here at work. Gunwild. Have you ever noticed that the more Matt drinks, the more he becomes a philosopher, slurring his words? Thanks for keeping him around for our entertainment. Matt Davis. C9. If this is a hit, I quit. That's a miss. Crap, I was just reaching for... I was reaching for a red pin. C9. C9 is a miss. McLean. If Jim Gaffigan and a Mr. Potato had a baby... Never mind. McLean, Eric, I ask you again, has there ever been a nuclear event in or around Duluth? A nuclear? Not that I'm aware of. I do know that we have nukes at our Air Force base. And I do know that if we piss off some people, we're probably the first to go because we A, have nukes, and B, we are a major port, seaport. A nuclear event? Why? What did you hear? McLean, you ever been around a guy who you're not really sure about? And you wouldn't be surprised if he jumped on your back and started chewing? McLean, Eric's working with the think tank tonight. Run, Eric, run. This is on the Snow Pilot. Steve, Hobson Lead. Shouldn't you delete all of the videos you did for active homos? I think a lot of them are actually gone, Steve. If not, John has probably been deleting as we speak. Wade, did Matt come smile-moneyed, or is he a do-it-yourself project? I think he's a do-it-yourself project. Brad Thomas. Hell yeah, brother. 69th. Do you just hit the refresh button? Smile Money. The best Mattism of the night. I didn't try any, but I would probably give it a 5 or a 6. Just needs to feel included. Mr. 27, 54th. Mr. 27, intro sponge bomy. Nice. And I can say, you like it? Hell, or yeah, thanks. The best. See, these all suck. I guess I'm going with yeah, thanks. It's Mr. 27, intro babe is okay. Mr. 27, brew babe, very nice. And I can say, indeed it is very so good. I'm going with very. Miss 27, hi Matt. Miss 27, hi beard guy. Mr. 27, very orangey brew. Jeremy, I like when people know you're right, but they're not, and you prove it. Miles. Sharky. Nice brew boobs on the intro, and brew babe. Nice pile of guns on the bench. Hi, Miles and Matt. Let the 2.5% train wreck begin. Hell, I probably can just plain grapefruit juice sit and ferment for a day or two and get strong stuff. Sharky. D8. Son of a bitch! D8 is a hit.
You saved my battleship!
We went from not a fucking single hit to 3 so far just on this brewery review.
Do you think you got enough beer in the fridge?
What is that refrigerator called?
The refrigerator.
The beer refrigerator.
No.
So what do you put in a beer refrigerator?
Food. It's a food refrigerator.
Yeah, you put food in there. You know what your food does in that refrigerator? It's where it goes to die.
No.
There's sour cream in the door. You think it's even from this year? I bet you it's not.
That's not my problem. Wait a second. You just got done bitching at me because I put sour cream in your beer fridge, but yet you don't monitor what goes in your beer fridge? Oh, I see how that's working. Mm-hmm.
You hear that? I think your phone's ringing. You should go check.
Yeah. You almost done? Smarty pants?
Yes. It's like 5 comments left. I know when I hit Sharky, I'm nearing it. Here's what I got so far. This one couldn't be. This one has to go on my bumper. Liberals are tolerant. Unless your opinion differs with theirs, then you're a sexist, racist, homophobic, redneck, unbred, Bible-thumping, xenophobic, NASCAR-loving, gun-toting, American-loving bigot.
You know, all this would never have happened if we didn't have to have labels being put on everybody and everything.
Yeah, what is this? I was telling you, about, whose girlfriend's own daughter now says we can't even have a mother-daughter relationship because you don't respect my labels. And of course, Mom, who I'm very proud of, is just like, you know what? You can stuff your shit up your ass. Because if a baby is born and you can't figure out what sex it is, then you're a fucking idiot. That's the latest. Just because you're changing the diaper and it's got a slit or a stick, you just don't know. And it's not fair for you to call that a boy. When we were kids, we were identified with the wooden fucking spoon.
What the hell are you supposed to call them? No, tell me. Honestly, what the hell are you supposed to call them?
According to her, you have to wait until Shim decides on their own.
So...
Don't even try to use your logic. You'll just hurt something.
I'm going to go around identifying as a toaster. I'm going to go around identifying as a car. I'm going to go around identifying as whatever. So let me put it to you this way.
Uh-huh.
So I have a kid.
Yeah.
I decide that I'm not going to force him to say that he's either male or female. But this particular Shim was born with a penis.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Now one day, Shim comes up to me and says, you know, Mom, I identify as a toaster. You're going to accept that?
2 slaughter 4. It's kind of a big deal depending on your counter space.
Well, so instead of saying, this is my daughter Ariel, or this is my son Jagger, this is my toaster. Do you know how stupid that sounds? The level, I've come to the conclusion that people are not only stupid, but there's levels of stupidity.
Mm-hmm.
And just when you think that you're on the top rung, here comes another one.
Uh-huh.
Just saying.
And again, let's not forget, we're in a world that, let's just say that
We're in a world that the parents have failed their children. You as parents have failed your children when you start talking stupid like that. Wait till they're old enough to identify to whatever.
I'm sorry, you can't even call them retards because you're going to offend people that are actually smarter.
Retarded people are nice. These people are not. They're crazy. I don't even think the crazy people want to be included on that one. And we wonder why we have the problems that we do.
I don't wonder anymore. It's because the stupidest people on the planet have somehow, thanks to the media and the educational system, have been given a voice. And if they had never been given a voice, we wouldn't see the amount of stupidity quite to the level that it's at. Here.
Oh, it still would
Here,
get
try
there.
this.
No.
It's a smoothie.
No.
It's not even a beer.
It's a beer.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's a smoothie.
What are you doing? A beer review. What do you drink? Beer. Nice try. Ding.
Oh, here, try this then.
No. I don't want to try anything. I don't want to try anything.
Then go away. Making us so much.
I'm going to make you so much right upside your head.
Ever sometimes wondered if you're your own worst enemy?
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
Means I'd probably already be done and upstairs if you weren't down here asking me when I'm going to be done.
Well, you started the rant of stupidity. I just joined in.
I just,
And I can hear you ranting all the way upstairs.
that's because I'm pissed. Our country is being lost because the stupidest, the minority are somehow being shown as having any kind of I say it's time to start rolling coal, if you know what I mean.
What?
What?
What the hell's rolling coal?
Well, that's a diesel term, but I'm applying it to a firearm because my diesel identifies as a 50 cal.
Oh, there. That's what I'm going to identify as.
A 50
A gun. I'm
Oh.
going to go around shooting everybody.
Oh, you're really terrible if you...
And you can't do anything about it because I'm a gun. I'm not a person, so you can't put me in jail. You see how stupid that sounds?
Uh-huh. Cherokee SH, now I need a hammock. Thanks. That's what we should do.
What?
Just get rid of our bed and just hang a couple of hammocks in the bedroom. That's the best sleep you can get.
No.
How about we get a select air hammock?
How about we go to a nice warm beach that has a hammock? And that'll be a nice pool boy that'll serve me, I don't know, say pina colada.
Well, what do I get, Joey?
Yeah.
And I can say to Sharky, you and me both, yes you do, anytime. I'm going to go with you and me both. Because when we bought this house, there was a really nice hammock in the backyard. And I tried to make that a condition to buying the house. They would not budge. I was able to get all sorts of stuff left. But he kept his goddamn hammock. Didn't scourge. Double brew review is just over an hour. Yeah, that was surprising. This one I'm sure is longer. Jeremy, pre-dawn hits targets with 2 or 3 rounds on target with the rare breed at 100 yards. You crazy son of a bitch, you. Didn't scourge. Nowhere near 100 comments. That's too bad. I gave you guys an extra day to get there. Zeus, B5. Oh, thank God. It's a miss. B5, miss. Island Gal, Jules. The 2 miles. Oh, Matt gets so pissed off when Jules calls him Miles. DFC, top 100, biatches. Okay. Where do I put this? Kettle Sour Ale. Smoothie. Sours are brewed with pale and wheat malts and just a touch of lactose to add a smooth batch and creamy body. This batch was conditioned on lemon, lime, tangerine, and raspberry for a bright, refreshing sweet citrus blend of our favorite sherbet flavors. Oh, this is in Minnesota somewhere. That's probably why I've never heard of them. Oh, see, I should have read the directions. I did the second time. Roll before opening. So they encourage you to drink the smooch at the bottom of the container. Where are you out of? Government, who cares? Haylock, Minnesota? I think that's what it says. Hullock, Minnesota. Never heard of it. Hey Google, how far is Hullock, Minnesota from here?
You are 303 miles away from Halleck.
So how long would it take to get there?
By car, the trip to Halleck is 5 hours and 18 minutes with light traffic.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Hey Google, do you have any nipple rings?
My apologies, I don't understand.
Okay. Heading to the club. Oh, I never gave a percentage. Where do I put this? It's very drinkable. I mean, it's a nice change. At least it's not an IPA, Steve. I like it a lot. I'd give this one an 8.5. Gunwild, happy Taco Tuesday, bitches. Cheers. And I can say, same to you, rock on, happy holidays. Gunwild, I'm going with happy holidays. Stalker Steve, keep her going. I think that was supposed to say bye. Boys, he has buys. Happy, keep her going buys. Stalker Steve is partaking for his birthday. Happy birthday, Steve. Smile Money. As Christopher always says, it's Miller time. J-Dog, Heart Club Mr. Holster. J-Dog, that's on the pistachio one. What the hell? What the hell? Hitting the refresh button. J-Dog's comment on the wrong video. Technically, Smile Money is the last comment on the right video. So, cheers, guys, and yeah, so. Yeah. Oh, yeah, look at all the debris as. Okay, cheers, guys, and we will, maybe see you tomorrow. If you're really lucky, Stalker Steve.